6:19 a.m. and I haven't slept yet, and I'm not going to sleep because it's time to get funky. So I made this song based around Shady Cicada's project Aralia. Basically, if you don't know, the whole idea is it's a soundtrack for a game that doesn't exist. So what I basically did is I took the melodies and sort of the style of some of the things he's shown, and made my own song based off of that. And if this video does well, then I'll take out all the Aralia melodies and put in my own melodies, and release it as an original. So anyway, I started out with this sort of arpeggio, which was in both of the Aralia songs that have been released so far. Now let's increase the groove factor a bit. Oh my god, who says that? That's cool, but for the drums I wanted something sort of heavy and sort of electronic. So I have this like metal drum set here, but I made the snares really quiet and added in this electronic snare instead. Sort of the heavy aspect and the electronic, I just thought it was cool. And of course I had to include the sonar ping from The Voice Beyond the Barrier. And then since this is a battle-y sort of theme, I just jumped right into the action. So I amped up the drums and I went with sort of one of these sort of beats, you know. Kept that bass going. Also added this synth bass. And I threw in some choir, because why not? And then a huge stylistic thing that I picked up on from all the little previews and stuff for Aralia songs was fast sort of piano things going like this. But also, this isn't just regular piano, this is actually bit-crushed piano, which basically means it sounds like this. Kind of just like a disgusting, distorted sound. So I got it sounding kind of like this. Oh man, something groovin'. And I also had this fast sort of staccato lead on the piano. Next, I add in this synth lead, doing the same thing as the piano. And then I added these octave strings, sort of matching the 3 first beats from the piano. For this next section, I wanted to go a little bit more spaced out with the bass, so I have this. And then I went for kind of a weird / maybe jazzy vibe, question mark, with this chromatic note here, which shouldn't really be in the scale. And then this is probably the craziest I've ever gone with sort of fast piano stuff. And I went for another weird chromatic note here, because why not? I threw in this synth pattern, and brought back the sonar ping, and altogether got it sounding like this. Then I bring back the synth lead from earlier, doing something else. Just some fast staccato notes to go with the sort of whatever, you know. And then here I did a little bit of a build-up on the bass, and also the piano. Which leads us nicely into the chorus. This bass line is kind of ridiculous. I basically just took the rhythm progression from Project Aralia's main theme, and added a bunch of garbage in between. And then this random drum fill, because why not? Also got the piano going still. I know the timings sound kind of weird right now, but trust me, it makes sense with the lead. Speaking of which, so as I said earlier, this melody's from Project Aralia's main theme. I put it on the saxophone and just messed with all the note timings and just made it funky. And I eventually got it sounding kind of like this. I know I keep saying it, but it's because it's true. We're grooving. So after the chorus plays out, we come over here for a super short bridge just to sort of calm the energy down and get ready to go back to the start. So I brought back this arpeggio and the drums from the beginning, but I also threw in the lead piano doing the same sort of arpeggio but with weird note timings. Because I thought it sounded cool. And then that goes back into the first sort of verse section, that all plays out again. But then I thought I would add something extra special here at the end. So I went for the anime chord progression, basically, is what I'm saying. Of course, can't forget the piano. These chords, oh my god. These chords with dissonance in them are super cool. And then I like what I did here at the end. I just think it sounds cool. By the way, look at this deranged chord right here. I went for a weird rhythm note, and just the way this chord is built, it's just like, this shouldn't make sense in almost any other context. Like, this is what it sounds like on its own. But somehow it works. Anyway, I also added this triplet synth arpeggio thing, because, polyrhythm is cool. And I bring back the sonar pings one last time. And for this more emotional section, I of course had to go with the most emotional Aralia melody we've gotten so far, so I put in the chorus melody from The Voice Beyond the Barrier on strings, piano, and a synth. And altogether, I got it to sound like this. Oh man, that melody is so good, and it works surprisingly well outside of the context it was written in. And then at the end here, I just make sure the bass ends on the same note that it starts on, in case I wanted to loop this song. It is a video game song after all. And I just had to end it with this sonar ping sound too. Also, I noticed Project Aralia has sort of a naming convention based around cool sounding plants and or flowers, so I followed up on that with my song title, which you'll see in a second. Anyway, it seems the only thing left to do now is give it a listen.